Hello and welcome to the session on structural analysis. In this video, we will understand what is meant by determinate structure and indeterminate structure. To understand what is determinate structure and indeterminate structure, first of all, we should know how to apply equilibrium conditions to the structure. To understand how to apply equilibrium conditions to the structure, first we will see one example. So here we will consider one cantilever beam with fixed support at A and free at B. This beam is subjected to a concentrated load P at point C. Now we want to calculate what are the support reactions at fixed support A. So to calculate these support reactions, we have to apply the equilibrium conditions. So for that, first of all, we will draw the free body diagram. To draw free body diagram, first of all we have to separate the structure from its support. So when we separate this structure from its support, it will look like this. Now in place of support, now we will apply the equivalent forces or equivalent reactions. Now you know that at fixed support, the point A cannot move in vertical direction and it cannot move in horizontal direction, and also it cannot rotate, and therefore there will be a vertical reaction AY, horizontal reaction AX, and a reactive moment MA. Now we want to apply the equilibrium conditions to this beam. So to apply equilibrium conditions, we need to assume some sign conventions. That means which forces and moments we should take positive and which are negative. So for this, here we are considering sign convention as vertically upward force as positive, horizontal force towards right as positive, and clockwise moment as positive. So this will be our sign convention for this video. So here when you apply first equilibrium conditions, that is summation fx equal to 0, so we will get Ax equal to 0 because in x direction there is only one force, that is Ax. Second condition is summation Fy equal to 0. Here we are considering upward force as positive and downward force as negative. So in this case we are considering sign conventions for applying the equilibrium conditions. There can be other sign conventions also. When we will discuss shear force and bending moment, there will be different sign conventions. But in this case we are assuming upward force as positive and downward force as negative. So here in vertical direction there are two forces, Ay and P. Since Ay is upward, we are taking positive, and P is downward, we are taking negative. So we will get equation summation Fy equal to 0. So from this equation we will get Ay is equal to P. Now third equation is summation of moment about A equal to 0. And you know that moment means force into perpendicular distance. So there will not be any moment due to Ax and Ay at A because these forces are passing through that point. So what are the forces which are contributing to summation MA is the moment itself MA and moment due to P. So both the moments are clockwise and therefore we are taking positive. So we get MA plus P into A is equal to 0 or MA is equal to minus PA. So using this equation, now we can calculate Ax is equal to 0, Ay is equal to P, and MA is equal to minus P into A. Now if you observe these all the three equations, these are independent equations from each other. Each equation we get, from each equation we get some information about that structure, and therefore we can calculate all the three reactions using these three equations. Now we will see this structure when we can solve all the reactions using equilibrium conditions. Such structure is called as determinate structure. This is also called as isostatic structure. Now we will see one more example. This is similar to the earlier case. Only difference is here we are providing one more support at B, which is called as prop, and this structure is called as propped cantilever. Now what happened due to support at B? We have one more additional reaction here. Now how many total reactions are here in this beam? 3 reactions at A and 1 reaction at B. That means total reactions are 4. Now we will see how to calculate these reactions. Now we will apply equilibrium conditions to this. So for that, first of all, we have to draw the free body diagram. That means we will separate the structure from the support. So if you separate the structure from supports, it will look like this. Now we will apply the support reactions to this sketch. So at A there are 3 reactions, AX, AY and MA. And at B, since there is a prop, it cannot move downward and therefore there is vertical reaction at B. So total reactions are 4. Now we will apply equilibrium conditions to calculate this reaction. So first equilibrium condition is summation Fx equal to 0. Now when we apply summation Fx equal to 0, we know that there is only one force, which is Ax. So we get Ax is equal to 0. Then we apply second condition, summation Fy equal to 0. So Ay minus P, because P is downward, plus By is equal to 0. So from this, what we get? We get Ay plus By is equal to P. Now we will apply third equation. So we will take moment about A equal to 0. Summation of moment about A equal to 0. So here what are the forces which are contributing to this? These are MA, P and By. So you know that Ax and Ay, the moment due to Ax and Ay will be 0. So we get equation MA plus P into A minus By, A plus B is equal to 0. Now what are the unknowns here? From first equation we get Ax equal to 0. Then unknown reactions are Ay, By and Ma. And we have only 2 equations to solve these reactions. So and unknowns are 3. So these are not sufficient to calculate these reactions. Now you may think that we can apply one more condition, summation MB equal to 0, and we can get one another equation to solve this. So let us see what will happen. So if you apply summation MB equal to 0, we will take moment of all the forces about B equal to 0. So there will be moment due to MA and moment due to P and AY. There will not be any moment due to Ax, because line of action of Ax is passing through the B, point B, and no moment due to By. So we will get this equation. Now is it a separate equation? Is it an independent equation? Let us see that from equation 2 we get that Ay is equal to P minus By. Now if you substitute Ay is equal to P minus By in the equation 4, we will get this equation. And if you expand this, we will get equation like this, that is Ma minus P into A plus P into B minus By A plus B minus P into B is equal to 0. Now there are two terms, plus P into B and minus P into B. So they will cancel each other. And now if you observe equation 3 and this new equation, you will see that this equation, equation 3 and this equation is same. So we cannot get a separate equation. It is same as equation 3. So no additional equation we can get from this condition. If you take moment about any point, you will get similar equation. and therefore it is not sufficient. That means here in this case we have 4 unknowns and only 3 equations to solve those unknowns. So such structure is called as indeterminate structure. So here in this case number of reactions, unknown reactions, are more than equilibrium equations. Now we will see one more example. In this case we are considering here similar case. Only difference is there is a hinge at point D. So here what is the difference due to this point D? Hinge at point D. So if you want to calculate the reactions due to this, we have to draw the free body diagram. So if you draw free body diagram, there will be 3 reactions at A and 1 reaction at B. So we will apply first equilibrium condition. It is similar to earlier problem. That is summation fx equal to 0. We will get ax equal to 0. Summation fy equal to 0. We will get ay plus by is equal to p. And summation ma equal to 0. We will get this equation. So in these equations, what are the unknowns? First ax is equal to 0 we know. Then there are ay, by and ma. So 2 equations and 3 unknown. But in this case we have hinge at point D. Now let us see when there is a hinge in any structure, how we can solve this. So for this we have to draw one more free body diagram. So whenever there is a hinge in the structure, we separate the structure at the point of hinge. So it will look like this. We separate AD from DB portion. So on AD portion, what are the forces there? AY, AX, MA and P. And in DB portion, there is a force, that is reaction BY. So whenever we separate or whenever we cut the beam, we have to replace there 3 reactions. We have to put 3 reactions at that point. But in this case, at D, there is a hinge, and at hinge there is no resistance to rotation, and therefore here we cannot show the rotational force. So here we will show here only 2 forces, that is vertical force and horizontal force, no moment. So how it will be? There will be one vertical force dy at point D and horizontal force dx. There will not be any movement in this case because of that hinge. Otherwise there will be a movement. Now here we can consider AD part separately and DB part separately, and we can apply the equilibrium condition. Now if you apply the equilibrium condition to portion DB. Now here, though there is no moment, I am showing here moment and writing MD is equal to 0. So here we are considering portion DB and we are applying condition that moment at D is equal to 0. So if you apply moment at D equal to 0, we will get By into B by 2 is the distance is equal to 0, force into perpendicular distance. And since it is anti-clockwise direction, we are taking here minus. So from this equation we can get one of the unknown, which is By equal to 0. Now we can substitute this By in equation 2. So we can get another unknown, which is Ay, which is equal to P. Now we can substitute this again in equation 3. So we can get Ma equal to P minus A. So here we have 4 unknowns and 4 equilibrium conditions, and therefore we can calculate all the reactions here. So by substituting or by having the hinge at D, we get one additional equation, and therefore this structure in which we can calculate all the reactions is called as determinate structure. So first case which we have considered, that cantilever beam, that structure was determinate structure because reactions were 3 and unknown reactions were 3 and equilibrium conditions were 3. In second case, when we have added prop, their number of reactions were 4 and equations were 3, and therefore that structure was indeterminate structure. In this case, there is a internal hinge, so we have one additional equation available. So here in this case there are 4 equations and 4 unknowns, and therefore we can calculate all the reaction. So this is called as determinate structure. So from this discussion we can say that if number of reactions are more than available equilibrium equations, we can say that that structure is a indeterminate structure. Now if you observe all this, there are two important parameters. One is number of unknowns. Unknowns can be reactions and internal forces. Let us say this number of unknowns is equal to NR, and number of equilibrium equation is Ne. So there can be three cases from this. First case is when Nr is equal to Ne. Then second case is Nr is greater than Ne, and there can be Nr less than Ne. So let us see first case when Nr is equal to Ne. So in this case, suppose we consider one beam with one hinge support and one roller support. You know that at hinge support there are two reactions and at roller support there is one reaction. So here total number of reactions are 3 and we have 3 equilibrium equations. So here number of reactions is equal to number of equations. So this structure is a stable structure and this structure is called as determinate structure. In second, determinate structure is also called as isostatic structure. In second case, when number of reactions are more than number of equations. Now in this case we have two supports, both are hinge. So total number of reactions 2 plus 2, 2 at each hinge support. So total 4 reactions and equations are 3. So 4 is greater than 3. So this is also a stable structure, but here there is one additional reaction available which is not required for the stability, and therefore it is called as indeterminate structure because number of equations are not sufficient to calculate all the reactions. Now third case, theoretically number of reactions are less than number of equations. So at both ends we are considering roller supports. So in this case at each roller there is one reaction. So total number of reactions are 2 and we have 3 equations available. Now what will happen here? If there is some horizontal load or inclined load due to rollers, it will not be a stable structure. So when number of reactions are less than number of equations, it is a unstable structure. So this is what is meant by determinate structure and indeterminate structure. So what is statically determinate structure? The structure for which all external reaction components and internal resisting forces in the members can be found out by applying laws of statics, that is using conditions of static equilibrium alone, is called as statically determinate structure or isostatic structure. And what is statically indeterminate structure? The structure which cannot be analyzed using the equations of statics alone are called as statically indeterminate structure or hyperstatic structure. I hope you must have understood the concept of statically determinate structure and indeterminate structure. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks.